Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Love Grows Tarot. I'm here to do a tarot card reading for the sun sign of Taurus in the month of December. If you like my readings, please subscribe. If you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. I will leave descriptions in the description box below. Follow me on Instagram, I do a daily reading there. Hashtag Love Grows Tarot. Donations are welcome. You can go to paypal.me/LoveGrowsTarot and leave them there. They are greatly appreciated, so I thank you, thank you, thank you. I am guided by the tarot cards and spirit, so basically I just keep shuffling until the appropriate cards present themselves. These are general readings. They're not going to resonate with absolutely everyone, and the themes and ideas in these readings will take place in the future, so please feel free to come back and review them at any time. I begin with 3 opening cards, one that represents the past, one that represents the present, and one that represents the future, just to see what kind of insights and messages they have for you at this time. I follow through with the rest of the reading, and then I end with your subconscious card, what your subconscious is trying to tell you. So let's get on with this reading for the sun sign of Taurus in the month of December. Starting with the card from the past. What card from the past is making its way through to us today with some information that Taurus would need to know? Something from the past that Taurus needs to know at present. So it's coming from the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles isn't one of the most pleasant cards in the deck. It's also a 5, so 5 are challenges. 5 of Pentacles, because Pentacles are about your possessions, your material world, your finances. The 5 is challenges, it's hardships. It's, you're sort of like, you're facing a lot of stress, you're facing a lot of things that are coming at you, and you seem to be lost in it. The idea behind this card is that the light is on. There's a spiritual light and there's a light is on, and these 2 people are walking in the snow and the blizzard, and they haven't really connected to the fact that they can go inside, and there's people there, and there's opportunities there, and there's things there for them to course correct. So this is the 5 of Pentacles. It's really about times in your life when you are facing challenges and you are facing hardships. Maybe a job loss, maybe you lost your place, maybe sudden news, maybe you're in a relationship that really is not a good one. It's like there's a lot of stress and there's a lot of anxiety within it. And there's a lot of pressure within it. So this is what this card's about. This is coming up from the past for you. So it really sort of wants you to go back over what exactly this card means to you, how you handle 5s, because 5s in the tarot are very interesting because they really do challenge you. And the only way to disconnect to their energies is if you pass through them and move on to the 6. If you continually go from 1 to 5 and you can't seem to identify what 5 is in your life and you can't seem to find the resources or the help that you need to get past it, then you continue to butt up against the 5 time and time again. So that's something to think about. So yeah, this is telling you to really push through. If you are feeling pressures or stress, or you feel like you are going through challenges, then this card is just reminding you to push through. And perhaps that you may have done this before in your life, and pushing through has gotten you out of a lot of things, and really that there are people around you to help. You just have to go out and find the resources and find the people, and they can really help you, especially if it's challenging relationships. That's something that would be really beneficial for some of you. So let's see what's going on with the present card. Present. What card is going to represent the present for Taurus in the month of December? So we have the Magician, which is awesome. It is a major arcana, so it is one of the lessons that you learn in life. And the Magician's lesson is that you have everything in you to do whatever it is you want. You have all the tools. You just have to believe in yourself. You have to build up your confidence, you have to build up your drive, and you have to take action. This is what the Magician teaches you. We all have magic in us, and we can all manifest things, and we can all do great things, but we really have to believe, not only in ourselves, but in the, this is as above, so below, but in the universal powers, the universal connections, that there is plans for us. We just have to identify where we want to go and what we want to do, and we just have to go out there and do it. It's a very active card, so it's really action oriented. So it's not about sitting around and doing nothing. It's really about putting things in place and getting things done. So at the present, that's really what you have to build. If you don't really have that already built up in you, then really sort of get that back, because that's really going to help you. And it's also gonna what's coming from the past was the Five of Pentacles, and that's really a kind of a low self-esteem card, because when you're facing challenges and hardships, you really are very hard on yourself. You're very critical, you're very judgmental, you're very, it's very heavy on the heart, because it's like, there's all these questions about why and how and when and things like that. So the Magician, in his beliefs of what he can do, he can bypass any of that kind of energy. So these two cards are really quite nice together, because it's really telling you to step up to who you are, and be your true authentic self and live up to your pure potential. And you won't feel the Five of Pentacles. You may go through it in some cases, but you're not going to feel it. Like, it's not going to succumb you, and it's not going to get that deep or get that heavy on you. So that's a nice card to have for a present card. So really believe in yourself, Taurus. And Tauruses are very they can follow through. They're very they put their heads down and then they just get to it. Once they've got something going, they really can take it to success, because that's their thing, is to succeed. And a card for the future. What is the card for the future for Taurus in the month of December? So we have the Page of Pentacles. So the pages are a youthful card. It's a youthful energy. Things are just sort of starting to happen. They can be messages. So it's going to be messages about finances. It's going to be messages about opportunities. It's a very material world. So there's going to be lots of new opportunities for you coming up in the future. Court cards can be people. This would be a young person. This would be a young person that's very good with finances. That realm. Finances, material possessions, sort of getting things going, businesses, anything that's really solid and real. So this might be a person coming into your life in the future to sort of just help you out and get you going. But most of all, they are messages, and it's going to be messages of new opportunities in material growth and your finances. So that's a really nice card as well, because it's taking you away from the 5 energy and putting you into a more positive energy going forward. Okay, so let's finish up with the rest of the reading. So we also have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles. So, and just a reminder that these are Pentacles, so they are Earth signs. So you are an Earth sign, and so is Virgo, and so is Capricorn. At times, these sun signs can sort of represent these people. It's not always the case, but there has been a lot of synchronicities around people being of these sun signs. So the Queen of Pentacles is the queen of the realm of the material world, finances, her possessions, the material world, nature. She dwells in this environment. She can have a career. She can have a beautiful home. She can entertain guests all at the same time. She loves nature. She could have beautiful land. She can have real estate. She can have. She's the magician of her world. So she's coming in in the month of December. She also always, with the court cards too, it can represent their energies and really pushing these energies forward within yourself. And because you are already an earth sign, these are just natural energies that you need to work with. So she's either going to come in for you and help you and mentor you and assist you, give you guidance, give you advice, just be around you, or really it's going to be that aspect of you that you really need to pull out of yourself, because it's important for this time to really step up with those qualities. And also the magician is there at the present, and then that would be something that the magician would be like, you know, this is your realm, you're the Pentacles, and you know, really focus on what it is that you do best within that world. So let's see what else is going on for the month of December for Taurus. The month of December for Taurus. Taurus in December. A month of holidays, good food, good times. That's a very Pentacles, earthy kind of energy. So we also have the Ten of Swords. So that means that things are going to start improving. There may have been involving air signs because that's the swords area. It's really about the mind. It's about, you know, backstabbing. It's about just having had enough. Maybe you've been playing the drama game, the intellectual drama game with people. Maybe there's been burnt bridges. Maybe there's been people that are, you know, abusing you emotionally. Maybe it's just this ongoing onslaught of like, you know, just things in that involve the mind. So mind games and words that are spoken that, you know, words that hurt and just things like that. This card is about all of this coming to an end. The blackness, the darkness of this kind of treatment is ending. And in the horizon, we see that the dark clouds are lifting and that the bright light is shining through. So that is a completion. So whatever's been going on with you, whether it be people have been like mistreating you, it's mostly emotional though. It's not really too much a physical thing. At times, the Ten of Swords can mean operations on the back for some people. If you have back pain and things like that, then you know that will come through for you to alleviate that pain. But most of the time, it's really the swords or your mind, your thoughts, your communications, the way you express yourself. And so there's been a lot of negativity, and that's all lifting for you, which is going to go nice with the fact that the Queen of Pentacles sits there, and then she's going to feel a lot more freer to be herself when she doesn't have feels that people are, you know, either trying to verbally attack or just, you know, emotionally abuse or anything like that. You know, when that's lifted, that takes a lot of weight off of you. You're just freedom to be yourself. All right, what else does Taurus need to know about in the month of December? Taurus in the month of December. What does Taurus need to know about in the month of December? So we have more pages. So this time we have the Page of Cups. So the cups are the water world. It's your imagination, it's your intuition, it's love, it's caring, it's nurturing, it's all shades of emotions. And this page is very skilled with, he has a very artistic side, musical side, artistic side, design side, very intuitive, very caring, very like, you know, loving energy. So the message is that there can be that kind of energy coming forward for you. So if you're not in a relationship, then there would be more loving energy. Coming out of the Ten of Swords, you're going to find that there's more loving energy coming, which is going to be a huge relief. So there's going to be more freedom to express yourself, you know, in your artistry, in you know, if you are just music, just anything like that, there's going to be a lot more expression coming through for you in a good way, and a lot more of that nurturing, caring, loving kind of energy. If it is a person, then the cups are the water signs, and that would be Pisces, that would be Cancer, and that would be Scorpio. So watch for people of those sun signs. These, like I said, this is youthful energy, so this is going to be a very sort of young kind of person. All right, let's continue on. December. Whoa. So now we have the Hangman. So we have another major arcana. So there are some lessons that are going to be upon you in the month of December. So really listen to the messages within these cards. And the Hangman is when things stand still. It's a time of sacrificing. It's a time of just standing still. It's a time of new perspectives, of seeing things in different ways, changing your perspective on things, or just a time when it's going to allow you to just get a broader view and a change of perspective. It's really nice because it ties in with like the Ten of Swords. So when this energy leaves and then you have this flood of this Page of Cups energy coming through, which is really building up your self-esteem and really sort of creating that nice loving kind of feeling again for you. And then it opens up channels for you to freely, for your artistry to flow through, or, you know, just your projects, your ideas, your creativity. And the Hangman is going to put you in sort of a standstill, which is okay because December's a good month. If you're gonna have any month that you want to sort of like slow things down a bit, that would be December, because there's a lot of joy out there and there's a lot of celebration and, you know, things like that. So you can really sort of take advantage of those feelings inside that are kind of like, you know, it's about giving up something in order to see a perspective that's actually going to drive you forward into like very nice growth and very good new opportunities. So when you feel that kind of energy coming from the Hangman, just be aware of it and use it. And just tell yourself, like, I got to look at things differently. I got to change my perspective, because when I change my perspective, I'm going to be able to move forward. And then we have another page. You've got lots of pages. We've got almost all the pages. So the Page of Swords is, so those are the swords of the air signs. So that's going to be Aquarius, that is going to be Gemini, and that's going to be Libra. So they're more intellectual, they're outspoken, and they're straightforward. This page is very inquisitive. You know, he likes to investigate things. He likes to get down to, you know, the detective in him. And he's very like quick, and he's very fast, and he's very like on it kind of thing, and he wants to know. And he can be a little bit in your face because he's just so like, you know, I just got to know now. I just got to find out things. I got to just do things. It's also known as a spy card. So it's also when people have their eyes on you, you know, they're very interested in whatever you're doing. Again, we're going back to swords, so be very, very mindful of the Page of Swords. It also is new ways of communication, which is really good. Your new ways of expressing things, your new ways of communicating. So if you are in any sort of communicative arts or expressive arts, which can be singing, which can be writing, which can be social media, so be it. If you know, then there's going to be channels opening up for you. With the Hangman so close to the little Page of Swords, and you are in the situation where you're teaching yourself how to learn new perspectives, that's interesting too, because you might adapt that to whatever you're doing expressively, and maybe try new forms of expression, or try new things, or bring in new ways to do the same old. Right, let's continue on with this reading for Taurus. So we have the Two of Cups, which is lovely. The Two of Cups is connecting. It's meeting somebody and connecting right away. And a lot of times it can be people that are opposites, when it's like, we have such a strong connection, but I never really thought that I would connect with a person like you. It's also a healing card, so it might be a connection between a therapist or a doctor, for some of you that are, you know, healing, especially with the Ten of Swords, because the Ten of Swords can really sort of like have a residual effect too. You know, when people are traumatized by, you know, mind games, emotional abuse, and things like that, like gaslighting, and just, you know, those petty little things that people, especially in society now, because of, you know, we have social media and people have like, you know, they're trolls. There's like so many things that are just, you know, these people a lot of these people would never say things to your face, but because they have a platform to stand on, they can be very hurtful and very mean. So in general, society turns a little meaner and a little more hurtful. So the Two of Cups comes along. This is a beautiful card for that. Like I said, for healing, or actually meeting somebody that has your best interest. And through that process, maybe the healing's there. Maybe the, trust in people was lost due to the Ten of Swords, and now it's going to be rekindled again in the Two of Cups. So what else does Taurus need to know about in the month of December? The month of December for Taurus. Oh, we have the Six of Wands. So this is a victory card. This is when things are, you're feeling very successful. You're feeling very like you've done it. You've overcome things. You've won the battles. You've succeeded in what you're doing. You're crossing the threshold into success. It's a very nice card, and it's taking you away from a 5, right? Because I was saying how you have to get past the 5s into the 6s. So this is a nice break from the 5 of Pentacles. This would be like feeling just very proud of yourself, very magician. So you're going to get a sense of that in the month of December, very victorious. And especially, like I said, the Ten of Swords is such a huge weight of, heaviness on your heart, and for some trauma. So this is going to be a really nice card to really sort of like reestablish that magician feeling within you. So that's really nice. What else does Taurus need to know about in the month of December? So we have the Ace of Swords. So the aces are gifts. They are opening doors. They are the gateways to the whatever world they represent. The swords is communication. It's expression. It's truth. It is intellect. It is thoughts. It is your mind. It is your words. So there's going to be opportunities coming forward in this. And like I was talking about with the Hangman and new perspectives, and perhaps, with the Page of Swords, maybe, some of you are sort of using their, that's your art, is your communication, your expression, or maybe that's a world that you're actually building in. So like I said, social media is very, very much that, because there's a lot of content has to be like expressive. So there's going to be more opportunities coming for you. And with the Hangman, if you do change your perspective on things and the way you look at things, and sacrifice a little bit of just sort of being like in the box and then stepping out of the box, this is going to be really, really helpful for the Ace of Swords. And especially coming off the Six of Wands, because that's such a power, it's a very empowering feeling. So coming off of that and then having these opportunities to really sort of develop yourself expressively and communicatively, then that would be really, really, that would be like very nice for you. It would open a lot of opportunities for growth and expansion. Okay, so the final card in this part of the reading is coming from, the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is really about your patience. It's about the seeds that have been planted that are growing. And sometimes, we get so like caught up in this, like, we got to see the results. We got to see what's happening, the successes. They have to be big. They have to be right now. And the Seven of Pentacles is teaching you to be patient. It's like when you're growing things and you have to tend to them. And as they grow, you still have to tend to them. And you still have to watch them grow, and you still have to care for them. And that's very much about this card. This card means that everything is growing, everything's happening. There will be success, but you still have to put yourself into it. And that's where a lot of these cards are sort of heading you in that kind of direction, where it's like, change your perspective on things, do things outside of the box, start really sort of working through the stuff. Don't sort of like just put it out there and then it gets to a certain threshold and then you're just sort of like, okay, well, I was expecting more. It's like, really throw more into it and really allow yourself the patience to let it grow and thrive and become, huge and big. That's the message from the Seven of Pentacles. So we have a couple more cards that flew out. One of them is the 5. So that's your competition card. So that's the competitiveness of, being out there and growing yourself and your projects, is that it is a competitive arena. But there's also people out there that, you're working with people from all over the world, especially now with social media, because there's people from all over the world doing the same things on the same platforms. And this competitiveness can actually be a good thing, because then you don't have to really be like an angry, competitive kind of energy. It can be something that you can gain from each other. Everybody's doing things indifferently, and it's like how this can mesh into something that really sort of brings forward some sort of new kind of light, a new kind of way of doing things. So don't back down from the competition, don't back down from the competitive, just learn from it and take what you can from it and apply it to yourself, and apply that magician energy, because that's going to really, really help. And the last card is the 7 of Swords. So we're back to swords. So be very, very mindful of secrets. Don't keep secrets. You've got the Ace of Swords here opening up a lot of stuff, especially in the communication, expression world. So be very truthful. The Ace of Swords is also a thumbs up, that things are going to go well. Be very mindful of the people around you. We are in a competitive arena, and that is very much, you can learn off of most people, but be very aware of other people. Be very aware of their words, because they may be telling you things and then, they're sneaking out the door kind of thing. Be very wary of you. This is also the card where it's like people skipping out on things. It's like when the going gets tough, they get going kind of thing. It's also about being in a relationship or a contract with others, and if you feel that they're withholding stuff back from you, then gather what you can, take what you can. If there is some kind of loss, just take what you can and get out. So this is a very complex card. It does have a lot of these meanings to it. So this is sort of ending this part of the reading. So yes, throughout all this, there's going to be a lot of good energy, but be very, very wary of the 7 of Swords. Be very mindful of the company that you keep. Be very mindful of your things. Be very mindful of your stuff. Be mindful of plagiarism. Be mindful of getting involved with people and just going off of their word and not really sort of looking into the more of the details. And don't do the fight or flight. If all of a sudden it's like things feel like they're getting too much, don't just run away from it. Stick in there. That's that 5 of Pentacles coming back from the past for you, and it's really about your ability to hang in there. Because see, he's taking off and he's got the 5, so he's going to have to continue and come back and relive that 5 again and again and again. So he's got to hang in there to get past the 5. So the final card is going to be from your subconscious, and your subconscious is the 3 of Hearts. So the 3 of Hearts is about betrayal, disappointment, relationships involving 3 energies, 3 people, and how hurtful that relationship was. And it can be a situation of maybe you're in a relationship with somebody and then they're seeing somebody on the side. It can be an actual relationship between 3 people. It can be 3 people in a family. But the idea is of 3s, and the 3s are very heavy energy, and your subconscious is really telling you to sort of renegotiate what that 3 is, and are you setting yourself up? And that could very well be what this 10 of Swords is here. If it is this relationship, then it's this continuous challenge. And so with this, there can be a lot of like emotion, because it is the Swords. So it can be an emotionally abusive relationship, can be a very hurtful relationship, can be just very, very, heavy on your heart. So your subconscious wants you to deal with this, and it wants you to recognize this and do whatever is best for you within this. If this is something that is repeating and repeating, maybe it's time to let go of it and surrender to it and just go forward. So that's your subconscious talking, Taurus. So it's going to be a time of real sort of contemplation. If you meditate, really do a lot of like deep thinking about this, and you know, how long you've carried this card in your subconscious. All right, so that's going to be your reading for the month of December. I hope you enjoy these readings. If you like these readings, please subscribe. If you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. I will leave descriptions in the description box. I do take donations. You can go to paypal.me/LoveGrowsTarot. They're greatly appreciated, and they go back into my craft, which I really love. So, you know, I want to thank you. As always, these are tarot card readings. These cards are to advise you, guide you, give you insights from the past and into the future. But they can't do their work unless you participate, unless you follow their lessons, unless you take the actions, you know, and the advice that they're giving you. You cannot just sit and look at these cards and go, okay, well, I'm just going to wait for everything to happen. I'll just sit back and then, you know, this is what the cards are going to do. It's not like that. You have to participate. You have to be involved in your tarot card reading in order for all the negative energy and the positive energy to sort itself out. All right, so this is it for your reading. Have a wonderful month of December. Happy holidays to everyone. And yeah, I will see you in the new year.